Hello NinBuzz, how are you guys doing today? My name is Shadow of Resho Gaming, and today we are covering the next question that I asked you guys last week. Don't know why I worded that so strangely, but last week I asked you guys what your favorite lord was from the Fire Emblem series, and I was actually quite surprised and satisfied with the votes. So let's just go ahead and jump right into number 5. Coming in at the number 5 spot with 9% of the votes, we have Lyn, or Lindius, from Fire Emblem. Oh god, this is not gonna sound good. Rekka no Kin! Don't kill me if I said that wrong, please. Alright, just as a forewarning, I'm gonna try and not spoil everything about these characters, so I'm just gonna kind of go into just a little bit of each character for each one, just as a little bit of a precaution. So with Lyn, her parents were killed by some bandits along with most of her town, so to avenge her town from all the death and her parents, she goes on an adventure with this tactician to train her sword skills, and along that journey she actually visits a town with a mystical sword that only like a true hero or something can pull, and wouldn't you know, Lyn of course is the only one that can actually wield the sword. So they go on, they go on their journey to retake and avenge their town. They meet some friends along the way, and she has an ending. I'll just say she has an ending. She might have multiple endings, who knows? So enough of that rambling. Going on to number 4, we have Roy coming in at 10% of the votes, just barely behind Lyn. Roy is one of the main characters in Fire Emblem Binding Blade. Roy is really awesome, and he just wants to help people because he's freaking awesome like that. Do you not understand the amazingness that is Roy, people? Why is he not in Smash Brothers again? Throughout Binding Blade, Roy is going out on an adventure to stop the evil dragon Aiden. Please don't kill me if I say these names wrong, I'm so sorry. And what's really cool with Roy and Binding Blade is you can actually have a lot of different endings to this game. So just kind of depending on the supports he took and who survived and whatever, you can have a lot of different endings with Roy, and it's just, honestly, it's just a really cool game. I wish some of these other games were supported in America or localized, but you can't get everything, and we're getting a new Fire Emblem game, so I'm gonna let it slide for now, but really Roy should be in Smash Brothers again. I mean, have you seen Project M? He's pretty freaking awesome in Project M. Just give me some Smash Brothers for Roy. There's already a ballot, just give it to me. Please, just please. Alright, moving on to the number 3 spot. This is probably going to upset a butt ton of people, but coming in at number 3 with 15% of the votes, we have Lucina. That's right, Lucina with 15% of the votes at number 3. Lucina is one of the main characters in Fire Emblem Awakening. I don't want to give away too much, but she's related to Chrom somehow. And throughout the story, she's basically trying to change her fate. And the only way to change her fate is to actually kill Robin, the other main character of the game. All in all, she just wants everybody to survive, and she doesn't want to have to go through a great disaster. She is very, very strong-willed, and she's not afraid to take charge when need be. But I'm actually kind of glad she got number 3 because I did think some other ones deserved it a little bit more. Like number 2, which is Chrom at 18% of the votes. Chrom is one of the main characters of Fire Emblem, right next to Robin. He's the crown prince of, oh god, Yllissi? I'm so sorry. And basically his whole role is to go out and stop the invading armies that are trying to take over his kingdom. But of course there's some other secret mysterious plans and works that they have to deal with later in the game. But he is like really awesome. You can really tell he cares for everybody in his army. He'll show friendship to everybody, and he's just a really lovable character. It really sucks that he wasn't in Smash Brothers, but he's in his Robin's final Smash? Yay? Alright, moving on to number 1. This person actually really surprised me, but I'm really glad they got number 1. So without further ado, coming in at number 1 with 23% of the votes, what's really interesting about Ike is he doesn't start out as a lord. He actually starts out as a mercenary in a mercenary army, and then eventually, after some really bad crap happens, he ends up being the leader of the mercenary group. Then he goes out and tries to avenge everybody that died in his mercenary group, and eventually becomes the leader of an army for the Empress. And then a lot of crap happens in 2 different games, and there's just a lot of goodness in this game that really people need to play, because I don't like to spoil this game, because I really enjoy this game. It's probably one of my second favorite Fire Emblem games, so I would definitely recommend going and trying it out. Although I do understand why Ike got a lot of votes, probably because of Smash Brothers, but probably because his games are really freaking awesome. Alright, moving on to next week's question. This is actually inspired by Yooka-Laylee and Playtonics because of their new game coming out. So in honor of them, I'm going to be asking you guys, what is your favorite Rareware game? Go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. Just remember, it has to be a Nintendo game, so it can't be like Kinect Sports or Viva Pinata or whatever, because those were totally going to be in the top 5 anyway. So go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. Just remember to subscribe and follow NinBuzz on Twitter if you have not already. And then, of course, you can do the same for me because I'm awesome and I deserve everybody's attention. It's true. It really is. Alright, guys, enough jokes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week for the new community choice.